All right. Good evening, world. This is another Let's Talk About It segment where we're discussing exclusivity versus ownership in relationships. And I'm here with, again, my favorite co host, Mr. Alfonso King Zo. I'm Master Key. And tonight we are actually going to pick up on what we left off on last night. But before we do that, we're going to talk about what happened last night for those who know and don't know. So last night we started this segment and we were having some sound issues.
Life happened.
We have happened. And
I think we coined
tonight,
the phrase.
life happened.
You playing, God laugh.
Yes. And so tonight we're back to do it again, but so much better. And so everybody feel free to comment on this stream. This is a safe place for everyone. So we're gonna start back
Interact.
with yeah, interact with us. Let's talk about it. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about it. It's the judgment free zone. Just get true, and we hope that we can get some type of knowledge and some type of self enrichment from this. That's the purpose. Uh,
Well, I think what I
our
take
fun.
best from this is that we all have a point of view. Just share yours.
Yeah, that works too. All right, so we're gonna start with this exclusivity. Alfonso, again, you did it last night, but may you please tell the people your definition of what it means to be exclusive today.
Yeah. All right. So yesterday I said dropping all your hoes, but I mean 24 hours makes such a difference. Um. So I guess my growth over 24 hours. But it's I hold true to that. It's the point where you decide that one person should have everything that you got,
Mm,
and while you took the time to be in the dating field and you wanted to experience so many different things, like the plethora of women. For myself, to say, all right, I want someone fun, I go here. I want someone who's knowledgeable on these things, I go there. But then to say, like, I just want to get all of that from one single person rather than testing the field to get a plethora of different things.
mm.
What say you?
I say exclusivity or being exclusive means that you make a conscious decision
Mm,
to deal with a person, and in my case, a man exclusively or single, like just that one person for my romantic needs, wants, requirements, wishes. Uh, that goes from anywhere from sexual to mental to
mm.
physical to spirit. We agree, because it has to be a mutual agreement to be our best selves for one another, be our best selves to ourselves first, and then to be able to express that to the person again you choose to be exclusive with.
True. And I think one of the bigger parts about exclusivity is priority, because for me to
Priority.
understand what I yeah once I understand what I do want, it helps me say no to the things that I don't want. That
Mm,
eliminates that eliminates half the field right there. So
mm. So,
um
can
go
I
ahead.
ask you as a man? Ask you as a man. Can you hear me?
Hmm.
As a man in this, give as many as you can, coaches. Uh, this discard the heart and trash the body culture. How do you sift through that? What is that decision making process like?
All the mistakes I made, shit, whew, all the potholes and pussies I done fell in. Um, I'm 30 now. and as opposed to me when I was 20. And I one of the things I always say, even you and I, when we have our off camera conversations, is I always bring up conversations I wish I would have had with myself younger. I wish an older person would have had with me to understand dating and things of that nature. And it's really a value issue. When you don't know
Mm.
your worth, you spread the thing. What you say for me?
I'm listening. I'm in awe. I'm listening. Keep
Yeah.
going.
So it was a value issue. And as I understood my value, it's like I can either take myself and spread myself thin across all these different people, or I can say one person
Mhm.
would be equal to my one person. That's where I think exclusivity actually gains its what it's actually worth out of it, because it's not that yeah, 10 people could equal me, or I can find the one that's actually equal to who I am. And not saying that the other people weren't. It's just that we didn't fit. So that helps me weed out and prioritize who fits in my life for different things. So I don't need a fun person because I got my fun person.
Do me a favor, Fonzo. May you go back and get your earphones and try it again, please? Your audio is choppy.
Put y'all on my business. Can you hear me now?
Uh, I would ask them, let us know if they can hear you. Is it better, guys? All right. All right. I'm assuming it is. So let's go forward.
Um, I just
Fonzo?
I've made a lot of mistakes through my 20s. Yeah, you hear me? Mm. I made a lot of mistakes through my 20s, but the one thing I did pride myself on is not making the same mistake twice. So
Mm.
going forward, that life experience helped me understand that rather than learning through lesson, which I felt like someone could have told me, like, bro, you worth something, dog. Stop fucking all the hoes, dog. Like, you ain't gotta fuck them all to mean something to yourself. So it puts different things into perspective for myself. So how do you sort through this world as a woman? Which I know it could be a lot easier for y'all to deal with y'all physical a lot better as opposed to in a man can.
Hmm. That's a loaded question, sir. What is the question? Let me make sure I understand it first.
Because because it's so much. I think, well, with women, y'all get so much attention. Period. Like if you got the yams clapping up aisle late, everybody want to see them. So like it's a lot of things thrown your way. How do y'all vet?
Well, for me, and I don't, I've noticed that my experience is not one that a lot of women go through. A lot of women need it, like they fiend for attention, and they're willing to invest their time into people who mean them no good. I, on the other hand, do it, but I'm much more. I think because I care so much about not entertaining the wrong people, what I will find myself being in situations that probably weren't the best for me or did not feed me as I needed it, but because it gave me maybe a physical part of it or something I was looking for in that arena, it allowed me to choose to deal with that person versus this one and this one. Now I've had my days in college where I was a free woman and I lived that. Like I wasn't everybody can't speak on what they've done with me or I pride myself on self respect. Like my dad, he was in my life early. he always taught me, he showed me what a dog was. I was always able to recognize and move accordingly. You understand? So when I did go through my
Mm,
phase, it was more so me trying to be the opposite, like figure out what I wanted as a woman outside of what I've been shown. So
mm.
instead of me being played, I believed I had to be the player in situations. And so whatever that came with is what I did. It took me a while. Really, I didn't really get it until this year how toxic it was. That word, a lot of people don't like it, but I've indulged in a lot of like bad decisions. I had a lot of men actually serious about me, but I was unable to recognize that. And so that was what a lot of my experience was. I knew how to carry myself. I knew what I've always wanted and did not want. And sometimes, like when I first got to college, I would entertain people like, oh, like this person, I'll give this person my number, this person my number, but I never had like friends being able to talk about me. I never believed that two dudes should be able to talk about me in the same room, in the same
At the
vicinity. So I
same
always
time, yeah.
carry myself in that manner. But if I did something, then I did, and I could hold my head high, knowing that I did what I did because I understood who I was. Now it created a blockage for exclusivity because of the way I was trying to play the game. But that's I think I answered the question. I just because
So
you get attention, you have to feed the people requiring it. Like even to this day, I know I like to see myself. I get DMs every day, but you go through my messages and you go see a bunch of unread. And I don't plan on reading it because I don't do it for that. I do it for me. And I share it with the world because I'm happy with
you
my
letting them know
growth.
right
But
now.
yeah, like I don't, I see y'all, I be seeing y'all hit
So,
me up. I don't be on
so
there. I
everybody.
want to everybody out there that don't think he see you,
Tell
baby,
them
I
not to their
see
face.
you. I'm not interested, baby. That's all. You ain't got what I'm looking for, or you too thirsty for me. Like it's in the approach, baby. Like it's the approach for me.
Oh
You know what
shit!
I'm saying?
You tell them to
Uh,
their face. Look, I see you.
yeah, I see you. This one dude,
Well,
he
I
be
think.
going off on me on his own. Like I ain't respond. One day, I think I got like, and I ain't bragging, but I got at least like 20 some messages from this man. Every time I post a story, he's saying something. The other night, I liked his live, because he was talking sports. This man gonna inbox me after that. Oh, I don't know, answer my sir. I see you. It's because I like what you do. I don't like you. You know.
I recognize you. That's. I love things about us, but I don't
Like
love us.
maybe if you start
Love.
there and what
Look.
you're doing on purpose, maybe that'll attract me a little bit more. But you're a little too trigger happy with your thing, and that's not attractive to me.
Well, I think that's too. I think what we coming at from that is too complete. Like you shut it all down. Well, on the other side, I let it all come in. I didn't deny not one thing. And
Well, that's
what I
because
learned
when you're a
is where
woman.
there's no
That's
restraint, where there's no vision. Hmm.
no. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Well, no, like one of
Where
I
there's
think
no vision,
I'm
there's no respect.
there's no restraint. So like I had no vision, I
Yeah.
had no restraint. My vision changed. That helped me say, look, man, it's too much. All this interesting stuff I'm letting in, I gotta understand that I thought that if I bumped up against you, you got more of me than I got of you. And I started finding out that when I bumped up against you, we that was an equal exchange, whether I liked it or not. So I'm letting all these energies in me, all these different people in me. And at the end of the day, I'm wondering why I'm so tired and weighed down. And it's like you're tired and weighed down because you just dealt with everybody and their mama and all the things that they had to go throughout the whole day. When a better decision is to say, look, I'm gonna just deal with you. And I know this has to be
Uh,
one of the most egotistical, selfish things. I learned that dealing with multiple women is one of the dumbest things financially to do. It
mm,
don't help you at all
it
because if I
costs.
could take 5 women, if a Marvel movie, if the same Marvel movie drop, and you got 5 different women, you got 5 different dates.
Mm,
You don't have to do it all in the same weekend. How you gonna pay your rent? I rather just take the one out on a date and like her, cause it's gonna be. I already know what's gonna happen when we get back to the crib. So, boom,
you know what I'm saying?
it's a sure thing.
That's real. Hmm. Thank you
Mm,
for sharing that, sir. That was very insightful.
thank you.
So, hmm. Well, that's that.
So
That
we
so
talked on
basically.
ownership also yesterday.
Hmm. Oh, so can we go back to that question you asked? Lord,
Yeah.
my mama talking about he don't look like he gotta pay. Lord, get off, ma'am. Please, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Now I'm a
Hey,
gentleman.
I don't know how to keep people off here, but you gotta go, ma'am. You ain't acting right.
I'm for all the shenanigans tonight. Say what you gotta say. Speak your piece. This is an open place.
Security. All right. So
But you
remember
said
that
that,
question
what
you
the
asked me
question that
last
I asked
night?
about a woman's attention?
So last night you asked something along the lines of, are, like, do you go to your partner? Do you expect when you are exclusive to go to your partner for all your needs? Can we go back to that? Can we revisit that?
Yeah, and I actually had a lot of time to think on that question too, because I think it's very important to want to spend time with who you want to deal with. Like speaking on love languages, because that's actually the thought that came to my mind. Like having commonality, having things you common things that you like is just fine. But most people don't come from the same background. We ain't never do the
Mm-hmm.
same things. I might be in the sports, you might not. But if I only choose to do things that I would want to do and never step outside of myself to experience you, then I never got the best part of what the relationship was supposed to offer. The best part of the relationship is everything that you know, as opposed to everything that I know, because that's a completely different view that I would have never had if I never went down that course with you. But at the same time, there's just some shit that as a nigga I don't want to do. I don't want to be in the mall all day long. I just want to be in there long enough to watch you change outfits in the dressing room by 4 or 5 times. Once we leave and go to 3 or 4
Oh.
stores, I'm sleepy. I want to sit down. My feet hurt. Yeah, I'm down for that shit. I just want to see you
Mm-hmm.
change. But is it good for a woman to have other people to go and do things with? Like, 'cause as a guy, I'm hanging out with my
You're
dogs. I figured that. Oh,
Are
no,
you
I'm
asking me? Were
asking
you
this,
asking
like,
me?
what is a woman's view? So I'm asking, like, so I
Well,
got
this
my
one.
dog, I go do my thing.
Hmm. So I believe that first of all, I would want a man that has a some form of some form of camaraderie outside of what we build together. I want you to be able to be truthful and honest with me about what you're really doing. But I believe that that's very important and necessary. Like you are some of, they say you are some of the 5 people you hang around the most, right? So I think that I can't
Mm,
be 5 people, and it's not realistic for me to expect to be or fill those 5 different positions. I can be the best at what I'm here for and understanding my purpose. And I expect the same thing in return from my man. So
mm,
what that means to me is I need to have, first of all, it's not even a permission thing. This is an understanding thing for me. But I have friends. I've had friends prior to whatever relationship, and I expect to maintain those bonds and friendships. A lot of times people discard great friendships because of insecure partners, right? I don't believe in that. I believe
that
in
part.
transparency. I believe that if your mate proves themselves to be honest and truthful with you, then you should allow, without a doubt, that person to be who they truly are, because that only strengthens your bond. Give them time to be away from you, because you can't miss some shit you always around all the time. I believe that it's important. It's important to.
Absence makes
I
the
need to go
heart
play
grow
ball.
fonder.
Mm, yeah, I might need to go play ball. I might need to go take a walk. I might need to go get my feet and nails done. We might be able to do that together sometimes, but I want to go with my girls. I want to dive into my feminine aspect. If I say I have a male friend and I say he's really my friend, I expect to be trusted on that and be given the opportunity to prove that, and know that, and that my mate trusts me enough to know that I won't deal with anybody who would even try to cross those lines if I'm calling them a friend. Integrity is super important to me. Character is super important to me, and I expect the
Mm,
same on the other side.
yeah, I think even with that, one thing that I like to say is I don't need to be your number one all the time, but I would just want to be your default. So what I really mean by that is if it's Friday night and we ain't got shit else to do, then who else would I actually want to hang out with but you? But at the same time, if you got plans, they go and do you. I'll just be here when you get back. I don't mind you coming back smelling like the club. Just bathe that thing, get in the bed. And like that's how it should be. But I just want to be your default. Like who? I'm about to go out of town. Who you going with? Babe, nigga, fuck you mean? If it's not
Mm,
dating, it's a planned trip with other people. I mean, and that's not saying that you can't choose yourself over someone either.
mm,
So sometimes I'm gonna need a long time. I like to get in my own cocoon. I'm my own child. So like I'm used to being by myself. I need space sometimes. And as long as I'm able to articulate that to who I'm dealing with, yo, babe, right now, I need me time. Then I take
mm.
me time, but when I'm done with me time, I'm back to my default. Like it's all right, we cooking, let's do this. We up, we doing this, let's or game on, you wanna sit and chill and watch it, then that's fine. But I just want to be a default. I don't need to be a number one.
Well, I respect that, Fonzo, but I know that I like. I don't. I need my mate's attention. So I need. If I can't have the attention, then I would like communication when I'm not able to have that. I would like to know that
Mm-hmm.
my attention will be back in a certain time. I would like to, like, I believe that communication is extremely important. I want to hear your voice. If I tell you I want to hear your voice, like, I need that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't ask for much. I don't require much. I take care of myself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The little things are important to me. And honesty, like, that's my number one thing. Don't be lying to me. Like, don't lie. Like, a lot of men mess up good situations because they feel like, oh, she trusts me, not realizing like it's gonna catch up. So I don't go looking for anything in relationships, but it'll come to you. It's gonna catch up with you eventually, and it might hurt. It might come hard, but I don't even want to have to go through that. Like, that's important to me. So just give me what I need from you. I'll give you what you're requesting from me, and hopefully we can sustain a long relationship. But don't be lying. A lot of dudes, like, they
Well,
use
I
that
like
as an opportunity to lie.
that's one of the better part of being exclusive. Like when I was running the tricks and doing all that horn stuff, what ended up happening was I had to be so deceitful that I'm lying to them, I'm lying to me. Because you got to tell lies to yourself to get yourself through that. You like, yeah, man, whoo. She got on my nerves. That's why I left. Or is it really just the fact that you just need to go see her? Like you tell yourself whatever it takes to get to the next moment. But to actually be honest and transparent with someone, like beginning to end, like you know what I say is gonna be 110% the truth. And whether it's nicely or whether I say it like I'm an asshole, you know it's coming from the realest place. that I personally have, I think that helps any kind of a relationship because you never have to worry about which angle I'm coming from. Nigga, it's always forward. I'd rather shoot you in the chest with a shotgun and stab you in the back with a knife. Like you'll see me coming and you'll have to respect that about me. So I think that's one of the better parts about when you just deal with one person. You don't have to lie. I can just tell you, nigga, I'm over here. If you pull up on me, that's where the fuck I said I'm at. That's where I'm at.
What does that? So, all right, you just said something very key and something that I personally would like to know. You said, like, how do you recognize a man who graduated from I got the lie, kick it to baby, like this is my truth, this is the truth. What that look like, because a lot of times, like you know the truth, but a woman might be like woman might not always know. So like, do you have maybe some key pointers or like what does it look like when a man is genuine and honest, undeniably?
Key, I'm big into my Bible. So when I do stuff, I
I'm
always go through my process that I go by the process that's in my word type of thing.
who's
It
judging?
tells me to judge a fruit. I fruit judge. You already knew it was going. I'm not gonna judge the words. I'm not gonna judge anything you say. I'm gonna judge what comes from your tree because you could lie about everything else, but you can't lie about what you produce. And I
Mm,
watch what you do with your time because every other thing carries value. Your house carries value. Your Of course, money has its own value. The things you have its value. But the most valuable thing you actually have is your time. So watch what you do with it. You watch that nigga and what he do with his time. It's gonna show you. Just it ain't saying you gotta check him on it. It ain't like, oh, it took you 30 minutes to get home, but like you said you went to the gym, right? Where the muscles at, bitch? Like you ain't been going to the gym for real, have you? Nah, okay. Then what have you been doing with your time?
help this
Oh, you
man.
got no money. Where the fuck your money going to? Like you watch stuff like that, and it's not saying that you have, like I said, you don't check nothing like that, but you just watch it because it'll add up. Just watch and don't
What's the
jump to
difference
conclusions.
between watching and being insecure? That's what I was about to get on. Yeah.
Okay, so insecure comes from your own worth. It's like if you're insecure, that
Oh,
has nothing to do with that other person. So
right.
that's you dealing with you. So if he
Mm-hmm.
cheated on you, you stay and you feel some kind of way about the things that he did, that has nothing to do with your worth. Like that ain't got him or her going and doing whatever they're doing has nothing to do with you. That has everything to do with them. We live selfishly. So when you're looking at someone, just like you can judge a person and then you judge their fruit, you can watch a person and say, all right, now the next part, I'm just sitting here and I'm just saying, I watch everything you do with a need to respond. Why do you feel a need to respond? Do you feel as though
Mm,
that I see that one? I'll answer that question if you don't mind. The
I
question is
don't.
what do you believe zodiac signs play a part into it?
Do you believe that zodiac signs plays a part in the relationship? I believe she's saying like,
I'll say
well, it
as
could
much
be.
as you give it power.
I agree. Can you expand on that? Expand, expand. Yeah, can you
I
go
got you.
further into that thought, please?
A young one time I was dating a young lady back a while ago, and she said, "Oh, you're an Aquarius, and because you're an Aquarius, oh hey guys, I'm an Aquarius. Just in case y'all want to know."
Hey,
She's like, "You're an Aquarius," and I did it. I dated an Aquarius, and Aquariuses act like this, and I said that's just the toolbox that I was given. But even though
mm,
me and him have the same toolbox, that nigga decided to build a birdhouse. I'm going to build a mansion. Which one do you want to deal with?
Woo! Rewind. Say that again, Funzo. Hold up now. Hold up. What happened? What he did?
The whole story again.
Oh,
So
he built.
she
Just go back
said with
to what
both
he built with
Aquarius,
the toolbox. Go to the
we
toolbox.
have the
What you did?
same. We may have the same. We have the same tools. He gonna build a birdhouse. I'm gonna build a mansion with these same tools. So at that point, it's really it's once again it's fruit inspection. Just watch the fruit. Look at what the person wants to do. My vision for you is different. So I'm gonna respond to my vision for you. So I
Mm,
think it's key that you going back to the other portion that you were saying is you asking questions. What the hell do you want out of this? That's a really what do you want? Oh shit. That's gonna be the shirt for the show. Where the muscles at, bitch?
yeah.
But I think that's where zodiac signs play. It's just to say, man, look, we may have the same tools, but we don't use them the same. And because we
yeah.
don't, that changes who we are as completely. I don't I want more with you. So I'm gonna give more to it. And I think
Mm,
that leads to your next topic, reciprocity.
that's the process. Well, I want to answer that question too from my perspective.
Please.
All right, so I believe that zodiac signs assist us in understanding a general view of that person, like something. It's I think very general. The reason why because character is the more specific thing that I'm looking for. I believe that everybody
Mm-hmm.
beyond zodiac signs have had different life experiences that make them choose a
Mm-hmm.
certain way or do certain things and norms that they believe are okay. So, for an example, you might have, oh, uh, Aries, Aries are known for being hot headed, very whatever. But then you meet one person, you're like, oh, you ain't seem like an Aries, you seem like this.
That good.
And it's like, well, it does not negate that person is an Aries. What it says is this person's life experiences and maturity. That's what I was saying. Character and maturity
Mm-hmm.
plays a bigger role to me than a zodiac sign. So I'm not saying that they aren't factual. I'm saying that that person's experiences and character say more about them than their zodiac ever will, and that's where you choose accordingly. Going back to the fruit card, uh, you know, actions. We know
Mm-hmm.
actions if we don't know anything. You know character if you don't know anything, and I believe that that's way more important than he's a Leo. By the way, I do believe like 99.6% of Leo men are corny, personally. But
Oh my goodness. You just shoot them dead and dead man. You just shoot them.
yeah, they be
Just shoot
corny.
them
But
out.
I'm a
Just
Leo
the
woman.
niggas in the
They be corny.
DM niggas, no DM
Uh,
niggas and Leo men.
yeah,
Just there you go. Just start checking niggas off, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Well, I
So
never
now we can
paid
talk
so
about
much
rest.
attention to someone's sign.
Mm, wow.
I never really cared about the sign. I just it. Cause I've always just dealt with the second part. Like, do I like being around you? Like, and I'm gonna
Mm,
say some real ass shit, and then you want to know a real nut check? How do I feel after I catch this nut? Like,
mm,
do I feel empty? Like, do I just want to leave? Like, how does all that stuff? I take that to court. Like I just deal with just the person in the sitting. And once I understand
mm,
that, like the sign don't even mean nothing because our sounds could be compatible, but if I don't want to get in the car and go get no Cinnabon with you, then how much do I really even like you? I, I how much, how bad do I actually want to be around you? If I can't, if I can't go an hour up the road with you in the car, that says a lot about our relationships. It don't. I ain't saying you're a bad person. You could be a perfect sign, but bitch, if I can't stomach your ass for a whole night, what the? It don't matter.
This is
It's
true.
not about Friday night. It's about Saturday morning.
Mm. Preach, Pastor Fonzo.
Saturday morning. If
So,
she ain't trying to take you to breakfast Saturday morning, check them fruits.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
amen. Amen. You got to see if I'm a Saturday morning kind of girl.
You're like, ah, yeah. So, woo, I got shit to do today. I'm going to the gym.
What you say, sir? For whatever reason, my thing fell out and I didn't hear your remark. What was it?
Look, if they get up on Saturday morning talking about something, they going to the gym, but they ain't got no muscles. That should tell you a lot.
My Fonzo. I ain't dealing with you tonight. Uh. No, but you ain't lying though. So let's go into this next segue, reciprocity. You brought it up. I kind of interrupted, but let's talk about reciprocity.
Well, you want to start?
No, you were going into the segue, so I'm allowing you to do your thing.
All right. Well, I believe reciprocity is what thank you looks like. I think that sorry and thank
Mm,
you are both action words. If you say either one of those and you don't actually put an action with them, you just gave me a promissory note. And if I take a promissory note anywhere, I don't get any money back for it. I don't get anything for it. Like I can't say, "Oh, I'm gonna give you an IOU." What they gonna give you at McDonald's for IOU? So what I think when someone says thank you or to actually be thank you, that's what reciprocity means. It's the action behind it to say, all right, look, it's not the fact that I'm doing this for your birthday because you my girl, but because I know how it feels for someone to do something truly from their heart for me. So what I want to do is
mm,
something truly from my heart for you. It's not because I want to thank you
mm,
back. That's not to get no ass. That's not because I need your time. It's just because I want you to enjoy a certain feeling that I know is going to take your day from here to here. That's what I think reciprocity
mm.
is when you're trying to give that back and forth. Now, it has its lower levels because if you take advantage and you got some shit you want to say to me and it's fucked up, bitch, reciprocity, I'm going to say some fucked up shit back. So it keeps it even kill on how you want to treat somebody because if I'm gonna treat you right, you're gonna treat me right. That's reciprocity. I'm bad. Good, bad, and ugly. Don't be trying me, bitch. That's one of those ones like fuck you said. I'm gonna reciprocity that ass. Sit your ass down. Leave me alone now. Well, I think that's what it should be. It's the flow of energy. It's just the flow. And you just want to put because once you figure out putting that positive flow in, then you don't want to get no negative shit back. You try your hardest to do right by people. That's all you can do. What I done said now? My bad, y'all. I'm always saying something. My bad. Oops. But I think reciprocity, people people don't understand it. You truly get back what you put in. Like it's a it's it's no more harder than that. You work hard, you get shit back. You sow, you receive. If you don't if
Yeah.
you don't put in the effort, you leave that woman sit home long enough and stop taking her ass out on a date. Somebody gonna take her on a date. It's gonna be
Somebody
that
gonna
fine
call
gentleman.
her. So the time you ain't willing to invest, somebody already on it. They ain't nothing for them. Like, oh, that's all you need.
Mm.
That's I read this post that said something that's too much for one man is another man's. That's all you need, and that's the truth.
Oh, that's
That is the
and
truth.
the same thing for niggas. Like, and I think, cause as a nigga, you say, man, look, I just want to run
Ooh,
down to the water. That's all I be wanting sometimes. Like, slide down to me to the water. I want to see a sunrise. To one girl, she like, I don't want to get up that early. To the next one, be like, you want to see the sunrise with me? Yeah. So, yeah, bring your happy ass and a couple. It's cold out there. But
get
that's what I think is,
and cheeks.
huh? Yeah, yeah. It's
Say
that's the
get some
important
sandy
part
cheeks.
too. Is being able to, yeah. You give. It if you ever go into a situation thinking of what you're gonna get out instead of thinking what I'm gonna give, that's all matter some kind of reciprocity I don't want. Because then I'm gonna be looking to take just from you because you looking to take from me. Then we empty each other out. But if I'm always giving you, if we both make $1,000 and I give my $1,000 to you and you give your $1,000 to me, how did we go broke? We just exchanged. We're in the same
Yeah,
exact situation.
yeah, yeah.
We don't.
Well, I would like for us to be making more than $1,000.
Well, I'm saying on a lick or
So
something. Let's say
if
it's
I'm
just a
giving,
quick lick.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just saying my purpose with reciprocity is always growth. Though it's there, I believe again. I don't believe that. I don't want a relationship that doesn't promote growth. Like even in the smallest ways, because what are we doing here for real? That's just my
Yeah.
thought process.
And
You
the
know,
the
that's
love
just
I
my
would
thought
rather
process.
share
It's not
is more
like
of an agape love.
yeah, yeah,
That
a
I want I
safe
want
place.
I want
It's a
somebody who
safe
won't
space.
leave the essence of me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to be
that's
I
all
don't
I'm
want to
saying.
be
I'm a,
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you what you say.
I was saying I was agreeing with what you were saying, just adding the growth part to it. What were you saying? You didn't want to be. You don't want to be what?
I don't want to be preyed upon because if you're
Ooh,
in a situation and there's no reciprocity, then somebody's being preyed on. Somebody eating and somebody not eating.
this
There
is
should never
true.
be a power struggle. A relationship with the power struggle. Understand it
Mm,
moves like a pendulum. So one day you'll have the power, then the next day the other person will have the power. And as long as it keeps that, then you're at the mercy of whoever has the power in the situation. Because oh, you got the money this time, I got no money. Well, they treat me like this, and then one day you gonna have the money, I ain't gonna have the money because no one stays up forever.
hmm. That's right. Right. And that's where character comes in because yeah, for men, a lot of women prey on what they can do, on what it can do for them,
Mm,
and men pray. I need that pussy. I'm saying I need a place to bury my what I believe bury my troubles. Hey, you see my good face. let
Bury
me
my
dump my
bones.
shit on you. And it's like,
That's what Juvenile said.
yeah,
That if they also say
I ain't
them
putting my mom
outside
on
dicks
the
make them hoes sick.
that outside heat, them hoes. Hey,
Yeah,
I
that's how
got
you
both
catch
side
COVID
bitches.
right there,
They
cheating.
bury my bone.
Yep.
Good, but as I did,
Exclusivity keep you from
then
catching COVID.
I did.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
That's the
huh,
thing. That Juvie gonna be that theme music next time. Juvie gonna be that theme music next time.
huh. Got the world in my palm.
Yeah. Got your girl on my
All
arm.
right, so, uh, yeah, right, yeah. So let's talk about ownership, and then we at the 45-minute mark. It didn't even feel like it, but we at the 45-minute mark. So just for a mental note, let's talk about ownership, because I believe, or maybe possessiveness might be a better word. So many relationships that I've witnessed, whether directly or
Mm-hmm.
indirectly, they were not really they were not really partnerships or uh, like they weren't really a partnership. They were more like, oh, I belong to this person, and this is what I have to do. This is what I have to do for this person to stay mine. It's like no individuality, no free will, no. You
Uh,
understand what I'm saying? It's like, so can we talk about this real
I
quick,
think
Margo?
so. Everything has its good and its bad. So like we started with I'm sorry with the we didn't not ownership, the other word we said it was the negative, it was the positive form of it. But I think the negative form of what we started off the conversation with is ownership or possessing the person. That is that is insecurity in its fineness. Because for me to possess you means that I can't trust you. Like I can't allow you to be the best version of you so that you can help me be the best version of me. So I have to literally play God in this situation or be the parent, and while you move, I gotta watch you. I have to micromanage your day when just not. I have to allow you to be who you are, do the things that you need to do. Because if I never give you that space, then number one, you never grow. You never grow, so shit. I'm stuck here with you. And then if I got to do all that, then I'm misappropriating my time. If I got to sit here and watch you go piss because I don't know if you get in, if you're going to be texting and shit, what kind of relationship is that? Bitch, I got to worry about you going to the
It's a
bathroom?
relationship. Hmm.
Man, that's what she and that shit and texting somebody else, bitch, leave. Bye. Nigga, like,
Yeah,
tell
it's
him
gonna
to
come
come
out
over and get you some
regardless.
toilet paper too, because I ain't bringing a fuck thing. Yeah. So
It's
while you
expensive.
trying to have that ownership moment, you lose. You say what?
I said toilet tissue is expensive.
I'm, no, you damn Skippy. That'll be her business now. I ain't helping split a fuck thing. Texting him and you on the shitter. He can help you. But when you try to possess someone, what you're really doing is you're exposing what your weaker parts are. So
Mm.
just like slavery happened. The whole reason of it happened is because they needed somebody to work for them. They exposed what they needed. They needed people to work. Period. For free. That's the thought behind it.
Mm.
If someone's trying to possess you in a relationship, the same thing is going on. They need you for something, but
Mm.
instead of asking you for it, they're forcefully trying to take it, which is nothing more
Yeah.
than just abuse of any kind of trust, because you don't got to be there for it, but because you trust this person so much, you allow these things to happen. But nobody should be
Mm.
like that. That's not fair.
Hmm. I
because
can
you
I piggyback
the
off of
the
that?
dynamic can never go back the same way. Yeah, of
All right.
course, Key.
So my thought it's my thought process that ownership and exploitation go hand in hand in the sense that a lot of times people that
Mm,
believe that they own a person in a relationship, they pretty much it's like a tree producing grapefruit and that person like, oh, these all my oranges, they might not even be able to eat all the oranges, but they ain't planting more seeds or they not watering that tree. So let's say a cold
mm,
winter or something comes, and what happens? Well, this tree don't it no longer bears fruit. So what happens? Well, you have something that was once a great orange tree that was misused by a person, never put back into that tree, and now it's just a barren tree. We may never know what grew from that tree, and
mm,
they going on to the next they going to the next type of fruit they believe they need in the next season. And it should never be seasonal.
mm.
I believe that a great partnership involves again that mutual understanding for growth. Again, that's what it's about because a lot of these ownership relationships are one sided and people convince themselves that oh it's a mutual partnership when really hey I'm doing all I
You're in a
can. Oh, this is what
relationship
I
with
want to talk about.
yourself.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You just getting whatever that person provides in that space. And I'm not gonna lie, I'll be so transparent. I've been guilty of that too. I'm like literally having to check myself now because it's a worth thing. And so it's like, what is it worth? Is it worth
Mm.
it? So, what I was gonna say, a lot of women, and it might be true for men too, but there's this fear of loneliness, right? That keeps us involved with certain people. Or for me, I know I'm not lonely. I love my solitude, but for me, it's me not wanting to share my body with the world. So sometimes I become a slave in a sense to something I know that works. Not saying, oh, I need this for the rest of my life. It's like, oh, I'm choosing to deal with this because this is what I know. Not realizing I need to let that go so that I can get what I need, not what I know. And that's a big part of the ownership versus the exclusivity
Well,
slash partnership
just
agreement that that is really talked about.
even wrapping around, it's you when you never get to experience someone, you do yourself such a disservice. Like to not truly get to
Mm,
understand someone else's mind. You you're right. You stop their growth, but you also halt yours because at that point, if this other person is just another representation of God like you are, then you learn from the decisions that
mhm.
they've made over years. But if you never sit there and you go through the process with them, then you take them for you never give them the grace to grow. And where that happens
Mm.
at, whomever that person is, let's say you meet somebody at 20, you meet them at 25, you tell them who they are at 25, and then you're still dating them at 30 or you're married at 30, then in between 25 and 30, to them, you've been the same. You never gave them room to actually expand and, like you said, you planted the seed, you ain't watered it. You haven't tended the soil. You haven't done any of those things. But you got this tree in front of you. You wondering why it don't bear fruit for you. It's just because you're getting out of it exactly what you put into it. A fuck thing. So it leaves you there stuck with
Pun
essentially a
intended.
white
Pun intended,
elephant.
Bozo.
But yeah, so I agree with you on that. Like enjoy the person you with. Don't enjoy too many people you can be with. Enjoy what you're doing. I'm not saying don't date and move on. I'm just saying if you're with someone in that moment, be with them. The highs, the lows, the in between.
Be present.
Understand them. What up?
Be present.
Be
Be
present.
present.
Be present. completely
That's
unadulterated
that's a gift
presence.
in itself, Alfonso. That's a
That
gift in
man, a
itself. That's the real gift.
presence is present. Like, know what they smell like. Like when they get done running, be up with that shit. Like, understand. Sit around them. Like, listen to them breathe. Like, just know what it is to be present with someone. That in itself will help you deal with. It'll help you cut a lot of the people off, and you ain't gonna want to deal with everybody's presence. Some people's presence ain't gonna be what you want. And like I said, you'll catch that nut,
Important,
and you'll be like, "Damn, bitch, it's Saturday morning. Let me go on ahead and go to the gym."
Mr. No Muscle Man.
Uh,
Alfonso, can we
Huh?
before we close it out, can we talk about the L word? And we ain't talk about love. We talk about loyalty. Where does loyalty play in all of this? Can we talk about it?
The first person you got to be loyal to is yourself. That's the first.
Yes, sir.
All right. So going back to my Bible, the Pharisees, what the hell them people called? They're sitting around Jesus. They said, "Man, look, God, Jesus was whatever they called him." They said,
Disciples?
"Bro, which are the best? No, just Bible fuck niggas. That's what I call them. I don't know how the Pharisees,
Pharisees. Yeah,
the
that's who
temple
they are.
people. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
Pharisees.
you. So they sitting around Jesus. They say, Jesus, what commandments do you think are the most serious ones? Like because they're trying to trip him up. And he said, man, first thing you do, you gotta love God. But the next two of them, for people who may not want to be into the Bible but want to understand things deeply, is bitch, love yourself first. Like, understand loyalty to yourself, like to the things that you want to do, your goals that you want to set, the person you want to be. Like, you say you want to be this person in 10 years, don't be disloyal to that person that you want to be. Because as you
Mm,
do those type of things, you make different decisions.
mm,
And once you get that, then the next thing is, all right, cool. Now because I know how to be loyal to myself, then I can be loyal to her or whoever it
mm,
may be. But you set up a standard inside yourself, because once I have my own standard, you can always trust me, because you don't have to trust my actions. You can just trust who I am at that point. Like, oh, he don't do that type of
mm,
stuff because that's not who he is. I don't got to worry about it no more. So that's what I think of
mm,
loyalty. Understanding yourself, being loyal to yourself. Then once you understand it internally, you
mm,
you push it out so that the external can experience it also.
mm. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Just trying to
So,
your thoughts on it.
hmm?
Your thoughts.
I believe that as a woman, uh, it's a little different because a lot of women are prided on their ability to be loyal when dudes are not held to the same standard. And
Mm,
sometimes it creates this selfish again type one sided again type relationship on one side where it's like, oh, well I got this, so when I choose to be
mm.
whatever it is that this requires, then I know what I got. I ain't got to prove me. I ain't got to prove my loyalty, but
So are you saying that women are over loyal?
to an extent, yeah, because it's celebrated. I'm not saying all women are loyal because I know it's some shiesty sisters out here. That's for that lack of better term. However, I believe that because like men are prided on being hoes, women are prided on being loyal. So man,
Mm.
he get to go bury his bones Woman, oh, you should carry yourself till your husband get here. It's like, you know.
So it's just the opposite
So,
perspective. I mean, speaking of what I think about women, I think that, well, this is my perception. I can only speak for what I s- for what I from what I perceive. It's For me, it's more
mhm,
about how a person
excuse me.
responds to something. Because my loyalty, I ain't gonna say if somebody makes a mistake that I can't forgive them. But when you make a mistake, are you
Mhm.
remorseful? Like when you say sorry, do you act on it? Or are you just saying sorry just because it sounds good? So
Mm.
my loyalties and how I deal with things are always in a response to what I see. I'm always fruit checking. So you can't just say sorry and think that sorry gonna get you from moment to moment. Like you say sorry and I'm looking at that tree, I'm gonna see if that sorry tree bearing fruit. Or it ain't bearing fruit, then you ain't really sorry.
Mm.
Or you might be sorry, just not you're not sorry for me. You just sorry.
You sorry for what you need next.
Mm,
Now, I was going to say, like, there comes a time, even with the most loyal woman, there comes a time when your rider decides to walk the hell off. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's my ride or die. Oh, I know if I can't count on nothing else, I count on her. Why you can't count her first? Priority. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, again,
duh.
that's where you draw the line with the difference between exclusivity or priorities or partnership versus ownership versus possessiveness, possession in
Maybe the
relationships. I
next
think that's what.
maybe the topic for you next week should be when's a good time to walk away?
Ooh,
Where's
let's
the
do it.
exit?
Let's do it. That's what we're going to talk about next week. So,
I'm back for next week.
if y'all, yes, please, sir. No, I'll holler at you off camera. Let's not do that.
I see
But that's the topic next week,
I see
guys.
y'all
Next
next
week
week.
we will be talking about when do we press the exit button? When is it time to walk away? We like to thank y'all for tuning in. You can rewatch this and share this with people on YouTube. It will be available after this segment is over. I will be tagging Alfonso in this post if you would like to keep up with his energy. He does not add everybody, but you can give it a try. He's a personal trainer and a very intelligent black man.
I'm a fun
And we
person
would
to
like to
talk
thank y'all
to,
for
man.
tuning in for this Let's Talk About It segment. Alfonso, do you have any, I'm sorry, King Zoe, do you have any last words, thoughts, encouragement, anything?
If you gotta choose between anybody, choose yourself first.
Know yourself first and know what you want and need and what's best for you in all things, no matter who it affects outside of you. Be true to your truest you.
Be,
That's all I have
be true
tonight.
to your
I
truest
love
you.
y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. We will see y'all again next Tuesday, where we talk about when is it time to press that exit button. How far, Alfonso?
Ah.
Have a good night.